Welcome to another episode of Reseller Evolution. I'm Scott.
I'm Carl.
And I'm Jamie.
Back
Yay.
to back to back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the Blue Jays have not done the Three Peat, so I guess it's like Chicago Bull-esque.
Has the New York Yankees done that?
Man, they've got a ton.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have. I don't know.
That's quite an
I wonder
accomplishment.
I know there's been, I've looked it up before. There's been, I think, a couple in baseball, but I think they
Yeah.
were like long time ago type thing. The Dodgers could do it this year. I hope
Oh
not.
yeah.
I hope not, but they look like a good team still.
Yeah.
This is the hat trick, right? When it's 3 times hat trick.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Go sports.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What's everybody up to today? Any good finds there, Carl?
I went on a couple more private picks.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually last week I guess I contacted someone who contacted me in the past for a private pick in January, and they never got back. Like we replied back and forth, and it kind of like I didn't hear back again. So I sent them another email just saying, "Hey, still interested in there." They replied like within an hour saying they were. I went there and I didn't get too much from there, but it just reminds me again of like people don't know what we want, and trying to communicate that is very difficult, or you can't, right? Like, and when I went, it was exactly what I thought it was. Like, it wasn't surprised or anything. She had a few things on the table, right? 90% of which I had no interest in at all, right? And the funny part is, like, she had some watches, and a pocket watch, right? Nothing special. We looked up one of the watches, but even then, I don't think it's that special. And then she said, "Oh, well, I collect swatches." I said, "Well, I'm interested in the swatches because I know people collect that stuff." And so I got one off of her because she collects them, but she has some she wants to get rid of. So I got one, and that would probably give me back my money that I spent. I didn't spend a lot of money. I tried not to buy too much stuff, but it was hard to communicate, like I said, what exactly I want, because it's like they show you what you think you want. So the classic one is like she showed me a vintage Monopoly game, right? And there's some exceptions. Sorry?
Dime a dozen.
Dime a dozen. I took it anyways, but I'll honestly probably end up donating it. And she checked all the pieces and all that, but it's like I don't want to say, "Hey, that was a waste of time. I'm not going to give you anything for it." Like, I don't want to be a jerk, right?
Did the guy have the monocle or no monocle?
Oh, is that? Are you just being?
No, it's a Mandela effect thing.
Oh, okay. No.
He didn't have it?
No, that's what I'm guessing. Okay. Still in the car. Isn't that horrible?
That's fine.
It'll probably be donated back to Valley Village. To be honest.
Why bring it in the house when you're going to take it?
I know. But I just took it anyways because I made a pile, like you said. It wasn't a very big pile. But then she gave me a reference to someone else on the block, and I went back later that day, and then I bought something from that person too. So like that's what I'm almost more interested in, because that was kind of nice, right? If I can build that up somehow. Easier said than done, right?
No, not really. I mean, you're building it. You've already you probably had more in the first 3 months of this year than you had your whole life. So,
oh, for sure,
right? So, like you're building up.
Oh yeah, and then yesterday I had an offer to go back to the place that I've been buying from, but I actually said no because I've been through there so many times now, and there might be stuff there, but I can't. I cherry picked the best, and what's left will probably just make it even harder to walk around in my basement. So, like, I don't mind. Like, I went yesterday obviously to pick up more stuff, but it was more like small little things, right?
Yeah.
And in this case, it would probably be books, and not necessarily like not bad books, but the book people have been through a few times. So
yeah,
I was just like, I can't do anymore, not without putting it upstairs or literally traveling around with my car full, and I don't want to do that. So, but no, it was good though. I had a good time. Like I like meeting these people too, and they were happy with what I paid, and I'm just honest about why am I paying, and explaining a little bit how I'm deciding on what price to come up with. And most people would be very happy. And I talked to the person who gave me the initial contact for the big buys I did, and they said people were very happy that I gave them what I gave them and all that. So, and that feels good too, right? Like that's kind of what I enjoy about this as well.
And you can start kind of bringing that offer down a bit. Like if you feel the one time you felt like you were offering too much, like
Yeah.
even though you're still going to make profit, you felt like you could have offered less. So you're going to get more and more comfortable to get those little bit lower offers, right? So
Yeah, and honestly, now that I've already made my money back on that buy, by far, I did not underpay.
no, but if you could have paid less, that would have
I
been
could have paid less. Yes,
right.
Yes.
You got to remember you're doing them a favor too, right?
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it is a lot of work. Like, and the people I talked to understood that, because I remember you said like someone wanted a higher price from you once, and you said, well, your work is done when I hand you over this cash and I put everything in my car. My work just starts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. With the one, and they had it all set in the table, but they didn't really understand exactly what you're looking for. Did you try to look through the house?
No, I didn't want to do that.
Okay. I sometimes will push that route.
I thought of that, and I asked her because we were talking about some sensitive things.
Yeah.
And I said I'm always open to future buys, right? And she mentioned something that she looked for me, and she couldn't find it. And I said, when you find it, let me know, and I'll come back. So I kept that door open, kind of. To speak.
So I like I'll say something, especially if it's like someone older and they're obviously just trying to downsize, or there's an obvious thing there. Just say, listen, like it's hard for me to give you a list because really it's something, if I see it, I'll know. I'm not here to take like art off your wall or your kitchen table home. I'm looking for stuff that you're trying to get rid of. But if you have like a basement that's kind of full, or, a garage or a loft or an attic or something, I said, I don't mind going up there and taking a look. And if it's something I like, I said, I'll let you know. I said, I'll say like the problem is a lot of people throw away the stuff that I go after.
Yeah. That's something I talk about every single time when I go see someone.
And I leave it like that. And then maybe if I see something there that's maybe displayed or something, right? Like I'll point that out. Like I remember once there was art on a wall, and it was it was actually St. William's, and it was a church in St. William's, and somebody had painted it, and it had it wasn't like really well done by any means, but it kind of had a folky look to it, a folk arty look. And because it's local, it appeals to people here in this area. I might get like $30-$40 for it. You know what I mean? Like St. William's Church, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I like, and I did, now that I said, I'm not trying to take the art off your wall or your kitchen table, but it was art on the wall. And I'm like, something like that, I'd be interested if you're interested in selling that. I said, that's local, right? And I said, I have people that collect that kind of stuff, but they weren't ready to get rid of that yet because her sister had done it. But it was still that kind of idea. I'm setting a tone of what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? So
this is good advice. Like,
and you just kind of keep trying to kind of chip away until they and then once they get a couple of bucks in their hand, sometimes they get a little bit more willing to explore. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And then I remember, and I've said this before though, but I remember this one time that the guy had one leg and he couldn't get up in the loft in his garage. Well, he had a yard sale and people were just going by, and I'm sitting there talking to him, and then I start asking for certain things, and then he says, I have a bunch of stuff in my loft up in the garage, but I can't get it with my leg. And I'm like, well, I'll get it for you. And I've got a whole bunch of blow molds for Halloween, some Christmas, but most of them that I remember because I was like, wow, this is great. It was Halloween. A whole bunch of like Pepsi and Coke crates, mostly Pepsi because he was a Pepsi guy, but there was ginger ale and orange crushers, other things, a nice Pepsi stand, and I'm just bringing this stuff down, and this is great, man. This is what I'm looking for right here. So, and he was happy because I brought all the shit down for him. So
that's what I like, is when they're happy.
Yeah,
I don't want people to feel icky after I left, right?
Dude, he was a Pepsi collector, and all his good stuff was in the house. He ended up inviting me into the house where I got a nice push bar, a Pepsi push bar, and and a couple of I got a really, remember, I don't know if you remember, Carl, but I got that really nice 1940s Pepsi sign.
Yeah, I remember this buy. I remember you talking about this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And I got that out of there, and I think I paid $200 or $300 for it, but I know I sold it for $950.
Yeah,
nice.
So
awesome.
It's just like, but if I didn't talk to him, get my way up in the loft, I would have never have gotten to the house. And once I got in the house, that's where the gold was, right? So
yeah, and I feel I'm getting a lot more experience now.
Yeah,
like I'm not like before. I was nervous if I'm ringing the doorbell. Now I'm like, whatever.
Yeah,
it's like going on YouTube, right? When I first did it, it's like, oh, this is scary, and now I'm like, barely put a hat on and a nice shirt, right? Like, it's like, okay, whatever.
I remember we had a show, and my thoughts were like, it's really unfair because we get so much practice. We do how many yard sales, how many private picks, and we get really good. We get to a point where we're professional, and some of these people are like first time sellers. Like, so we already know the twists and turns and what to say when and how to, you know what I mean? And I'm like, is that really fair to them? Because we're like, it's
right.
AAA versus midget house league or something.
It's just the way it is. Yeah.
I don't know.
What about you, Jamie?
I'm trying to be funny a little bit there, but
no, you're right though. It's not a one-to-one.
But as you get more comfortable, you're gonna already kind of know what to expect, right? So
but unlike you, I don't want to ever move furniture. Like, I've no interest in that sort of stuff. Or
you will when you start seeing the prices of some furniture. I'm not talking to $300, but I'm talking about some of the printables that can go for a couple $1,000 or a few thousand.
Did you say piano?
Yeah, I definitely said piano, Carl.
I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't hear you.
I said primitives.
Oh, primitives. Yeah. Okay, that's a little different.
Piano. I wouldn't touch a piano.
I know, right?
I don't think you can even sell them.
Yeah.
Yes. What about you, Jamie? I know you do the NASCAR one, right?
Yeah.
Have you done a lot of private picks, or you pursue them at all?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking. A few, but it's more just like an invite to someone's basement to look through their stuff or that type of thing.
Well, that counts.
Yeah. I've had more people just kind of like have a big collection of stuff that like another reseller or somebody who's trying to resell stuff just want to dump off like their inventory. That seems to be more common. I currently have a guy who picks for me. Got another clothing guy who sells at vintage shows and stuff like that. And then when he doesn't sell stuff that's left over, he'll like offer to me at like a discount. So bulk buys like in that way. Private picks, not a ton of actual private picks where I'm going in. But I mean, with the NASCAR buy, like I cracked open a bin this morning, one that I avoided because it felt heavy. And it's just I don't even remember packing it. It is all like a loose die cast that aren't in boxes.
Oh yeah.
When I opened the top of the bin, I seen like flags and a couple hats, and I'm like, these flags are that heavy. And then as I'm going through, it's literally just a big bin full of like metal cars. I'm like, oh my god. I've already found like coin banks and stuff in there that are worth money. It's just a lot to go through. That's kind of meh.
Oh, that's even as meh. Even the
some of it, yeah.
What do you do, man?
Booth for sure, like $8 to $10. Just throw a little. Someone will want them. They're cool. They're just not like they're. You still put them on your shelf, but they're not like in a box or like.
They're not silver bullet cool.
No, you might buy it for your kids so they can beat the crap out of it, or you can put it on a shelf if you really like that driver or company or whatever. But yeah,
you did pretty good with those silver bullet cars.
Yeah, Yeah. I just actually found right before I went to the Jay's home opener and all that, I went to a Goodwill and found a little not little. So you guys know like tech decks, like this little tiny
Yeah.
skate.
Yeah.
They make an alternate version that's a hand board. So it's like 27 centimeters. So instead of your fingers, you're supposed to use your whole palm.
Yeah.
I found one of those brand new in package at Goodwill for $5. And I just thought, like, for $5, I'm like, I'm just gonna buy this. Worst case scenario, I'll sell it in my own booth for 15, right? I didn't really know. So I got out to the car and started looking it up. I kind of looked it up in store a little bit, but I couldn't find the exact one. Listed it online and sold it in like less than a day for $105.
Oh my God. Like I didn't even know. Like I wouldn't know automatically that the big ones had value. I don't know if
they're not common. I don't think.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen one other big palm board, and it was out of the package and beat up and played with, right?
And if anybody wants to see that palm board, go to Jamie's YouTube channel, Thrift on Fire. How many days ago did you put that out there? A couple days?
So actually, that was only that I did like a little clip on Facebook. So it was a Facebook short. I probably talked about it in one of my videos after the fact, but it was actually me picking it up. I filmed it with my Meta glasses and just did like a little.
Oh, I see. But you did talk about listing it, and you had.
Yeah, I probably did.
But if you want to see it, they have to go to your channel to see it. Is what I'm getting at, Jamie.
Right. Yes. Thrift on Fire YouTube channel. But I don't know. My memory is so bad. Whatever I did yesterday, I don't even remember.
Yeah,
it all blends together.
Yeah. You were talking about buying off other resellers. Like, I find that really hit and miss where I am, because like I'm always appreciative when people do it.
Yeah.
But often I find there's not enough profit for me.
Oh, a lot of times they want to get rid of their junk, right?
And yes. Yeah. I actually said no, because someone brought me a bunch of tins, but they're all common. It was this leftovers, right? And it's like, I don't want any of this. I was
just gonna say, with like some of this stuff that feels like leftovers, throwing it into the booth for like $5 or $10 is usually a pretty good option, especially when you're buying. For me, if I'm buying like in bulk from somebody, I can see the valuable stuff and the stuff I don't really want to deal with. That's kind of the way that I have been going. I'll throw it in there, and if it sits there too long, I'll just throw it in a local auction and even if I get $2 or $3 out of it at that point, it's turning it over at least.
Yeah, bottom shelf booth.
Yeah,
inventory, right?
Whatever it takes. It just siphons down through, and eventually you get a couple coins out of it.
That's what I was doing. Like I got a bunch of VHS Disney movies, and I just put $2 on them, and just like they have 2 months to sell, and the second I have anything for that spot, they're going. And they've been selling a little bit, like $2 here, $2 there, $2 there. I didn't pay anything for them, but that has some value. But as long as I dump it out, what I don't want is it to be there a year later, and it's taking up space, and I just haven't bothered putting something else there because there's something there, But yeah,
how was your booth, Jamie, this weekend?
I haven't got today. I should get we're filming this on a Wednesday, so I should actually get my printout for the end of the month today, I would think. So I don't know, because I don't get live updates of what sells. But last time I looked, so a week ago, I was right around $800. So I'm hoping over the weekend I sold enough to get me over the $1,000 mark, which is what which is my goal for the month. So,
okay, because this weekend was decent, but it wasn't great. Like it was okay. Like I can't complain, but it wasn't compared to the 2 previous weekends.
Yeah, the weather's this weekend. The weather wasn't nice, but I'm sure as the weather gets nicer, people will want to go to places like that less and less, and they'll be doing like yard work and be outside. So,
that usually April-ish, kind of mid.
We're in April.
What's that?
We are.
Mid-April to May. I find that kind of works.
Yeah.
That's when we get. That's when it. Yeah. Dude, there's no rhyme or reason though. Like some years is different than others, right? So, That's probably the sweet spot. Like I don't think your outdoor stores really start opening till May, like where you can get flowers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I'm that's sort of a question.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Right. So
into May.
Yeah. So,
but people yards up, and I don't know. I'm typically prefer to be indoors. You know, if I'd be an indoor cat over an outdoor cat. That's for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah, man. Inside, laying on the couch, having people feed me. Sure. Why wouldn't you? But I'm feeling like I'd like to be outside for a little bit now, get some fresh air. So I don't know. It is that time of year where I'm over winter and just going outside to get some fresh air, and being outside's nice.
I chopped down a tree yesterday
with an axe
in the backyard. Well, it was part axe and part sawzall because I don't know where the chainsaw is. It's buried in the shed. We looked all over for it, and I'm like, I'm not clearing all this stuff out of the garage or the shed. I'm not doing that.
Right.
So I thought, well, I mean, it was like, I don't know, it was this big. So I'm like, I could probably use a sawzall, right? It might have been a little bigger, but I'm like, once you start with a sawzall, it's like, because it's wet. You know what I mean? It was half a live tree, and it's like, I don't know. It just was not what I expected, right? It was a lot harder. But I got up on a step ladder and I went up to like as high as I could go, and I put one of those truck straps on it. And then I just kept connecting more truck straps, and I strapped it to another tree to kind of have it pulling this way so it didn't go over to the neighbor's yard. Neighbor comes out and he goes, "Cutting down a tree today?" And I'm like, "Yep." "You got a chainsaw?" I can't find it. It's buried somewhere. And he goes, "Okay." And I said, "I'm going to use a sawzall." And he goes, "Sawzall might work." And then I think he was really nervous that I was going to fall and take out his fence and into his backyard, but I got that sucker down and it fell perfect, man. It was between the fence and the house. And I even tied another rope, and I got Steph to pull to kind of like make sure that it goes that way. So I'm an outdoor cat, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like you got a country boy in the big city.
No, it's no city. This is St. Thomas, dude.
At least he didn't.
And I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge.
Oh, okay.
At least he didn't attach it to his truck and then just rev the engine.
Yeah.
No, you can't get a truck by there. But it's like,
there we go.
Now I'm disappointed that I didn't cut it higher up, and I could have made it like a totem pole. I could have carved it all out with the,
Yeah.
But anyway, but you ever watch? What was that? Tim Allen was in that TV show,
Home Improvement,
where they had the neighbor. I kind of felt like my neighbor was that guy. He was standing on his porch, and I could just see above his. But it was
if that was happening, I'd be watching through my window, but not enough to go out there and talk to you.
You're like,
what the hell is the new guy doing now?
Dude, it felt perfect. It felt absolutely perfect.
Mm.
But
like with spring here, like I think it does give people energy too, because like and traditionally like April, I can't remember if it was April or May is when actually the best at the booth. I don't know why. I think people just feel like going out and doing stuff after being coped inside. So I'm hoping. My weekend was okay. It was just over 300, which is good. But
well, that's a good weekend for you.
It's okay. I really want to get to 4.
Dude, it's better
400.
Than
it's minimum wage.
Weekends you used to talk about back when you started.
I didn't like it then either. It's going up. I was doing lots of Excel and pivot tables this last few weeks. They're great.
Oh my god!
You know what I did this? So I've been putting everything into zones.
Okay.
And zones are like this table here sells this amount. This table here sells that amount. So you can find dead zones in your best zones. And
the only zone I know is I'm zoning out, Carl.
Yeah, well, that's because I love this stuff.
Yeah.
this zone and that zone.
It's working. My numbers are going up. It has nothing to do with the fact I got a bunch of fresh inventory that people want. It's totally my planning. I was happy with 300. Like I know this weekend is Easter weekend.
Yeah.
And if I remember anything from the last year, it's dead. Because people just are either family dinner could be on that day. So I'm not expecting much.
It's too bad you guys, well, I guess you have to be there.
Because
I was going to say, it's too bad you're not open the Saturday, Sunday, but you wouldn't want to be there both days. But
definitely not.
I find that the Saturday will probably be busy, but the Sunday is going to be a little less because they do have the suppers and all, like your Sunday and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's going to be dead.
So it'll be quiet.
Some owners won't show up either, which makes.
But then we're open. When's the holiday? Friday or Monday?
I don't know. I don't care anymore. It's all holiday. Every day's a holiday to me now. So
I'm just wondering if we have a holiday Monday, like if the store will be open.
I think Good Friday things are typically closed.
I think it's the Friday.
Because I always had to. I got Friday off when I was in factory job, and then Monday I'd have to go to work.
Got to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Friday would be busy for us. We're going to be busy Friday,
right?
Because everybody's off and they got nothing to do. So,
yeah.
I
don't know. Does Go for Dunes still do the mud runs on Friday locally? That was always a big thing.
Those guys aren't buying antiques.
No, but it's fun. Have a bunch of beers and drive stuff through the mud. What's wrong with that? Sounds
dude. There's nothing wrong with that.
Even an indoor cat like me enjoys stuff like that.
Oh yeah. You don't seem like much of an indoor cat. You're a farm boy. You grew up on a. Did you grow up on a farm?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're living on a farm now.
I'd rather be inside though, for sure. Like
really?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, my grandfather would want to go cut wood and do all this outdoor manly stuff, and I'd want to stay in the house and hang out with my grandma, and she'd would make cookies. I'd rather do that for sure.
Wow. I was outdoors for sure. I miss it, but anyway. There's actually in St. Williams. There's a guy looking for a farmhand. I was almost like thinking of applying for it. Bring back memories.
Oh, speaking of, did you either of you guys watch the video I just put out? I think yesterday.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
Yeah. Did you hear at the end me talking about doing DoorDash?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this. No, sorry. You're producing one a day. I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about doing like Instacart or DoorDash or Uber. When I quit my job, I thought, well, it would be a way just to make some money if I had a bad couple days. Like you could just be in control of it a little bit. And I never did it because Instacart was never available in my area. And then now you can do DoorDash. And I had a friend who had been doing it and they've been doing fairly well. I'm like, well, I'll try it. So we tried it while we were away over the weekend, but we did it in Milton. So in a suburb of Toronto, essentially. Right. But it's kind of fun, actually. It didn't feel like work for sure. You wouldn't make a ton of money, I don't think, if I went into like Tillsonburg or Simcoe, like a local town to me. I don't know if the demand is the same as a city, like a bigger city like that, but
so it is.
Yeah,
because I know someone who did it and they were doing well. What well means could be different between people.
Yeah,
they were happy with the results. And it was an older person, like not older. I mean, they were. I'm going to say mid-60s, so she's not like old or anything like that. I'm just saying she was probably retirement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she was doing DoorDash, and they were happy with it. And so I think what happens, especially in this area, is you might have a lot of retired people or people that are in like wheelchairs and that kind of stuff, like handicaps and stuff like that. Like I think there's a fairly big demand. Like we're really in a lot of retiree community right now. Like would you not agree? Like Delhi, Simcoe, probably Tillsonburg too. Like
for sure. Yep.
Like the retirement population is probably. I mean, it's all those baby boomers, right? Like I think there is a demand in the area.
Okay.
I think what is a good demand? I don't know, because you probably have other competition now. But second of all, it'd be interesting to see. It depends what your definition of good is, right?
Yeah, my thought is if I go to my booth or to drop something off in town or whatever, I just turn the app on, and if I make 15, $20, gas is horrific right now, right? So it seems like all right, if I can spend like 5 to 30 minutes and make 15 to $20, it seems totally fine.
I've heard of people doing that. And so like they'll go to like the value villages and kind of like make their way across if they can using that app, or on garbage day if they want to go garbage picking. Yeah. Then they pick that day, and then at least they have like a double way of making money.
Or yeah, it's kind of like I said, if it
I don't know how well that works, but
if it felt like work, I probably wouldn't do it. It feels like a fun little adventure at the moment.
Yeah.
That you get some money for at the end. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. I definitely don't need the extra money. It just with us going to so many baseball games and stuff this year, it's just like play money essentially.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. I don't know.
It'd be an interesting supplemental. I think the danger of anything like that is like you don't account for all the expenses. Like not just gas, but also like wear and tear on your vehicle and stuff like that.
Yeah, the good thing for me is I just have to track all this, and I pay like way too much money for an accountant to do my taxes at the end of the year.
Yeah. Taxes.
And they're gonna figure that all out. That's why I pay them the big bucks, right? So I just track. I'm pretty sure the app tracks you for deliveries anyway, and then I already claim my gas for my reselling business as much as I can, right? Because I write down kilometers and stuff. So it'll just be another layer of that. So it'll be their problem when they do my taxes to figure out how it works.
And that's a good way of justifying it.
Yeah, for me, because if I had to figure it out, I'd be like,
I would never claim it. That's my problem.
I think you have to, because they're taking you need your license. Actually, that was the thing. You needed to have. They took your SIN number because it's a job technically.
Yeah.
They needed to take your license, and then you had to submit to the police for identity, right? So they could verify who you are, which makes sense. I mean, they want to make sure that people delivering for their service are not criminals, or don't have a bunch of like crazy like whatever on like the record. So kind of makes sense.
Okay.
But yep. So I don't think you can really avoid paying tax. Well, you could not just not claim it, but I mean, if you got audited, they're gonna see it on there, right?
You do lots of things until you get caught.
Yeah, true.
Did you get any tips?
Yeah, well, not cash tips though. They are, but everything's digital. Because you can click on there that you accept cash, but then you have to carry cash, and then you keep all cash at the end of the day, but you have to make change and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to do any of that, so I just kept it as a digital wallet.
But I mean, you think about how many times you order pizza, you could go pick it up.
Yeah.
Or you can get it delivered for an extra, I don't know, $5 or whatever.
I did a couple of grocery deliveries as well. That was kind of interesting. I went to basically Superstore, and they have in the city, it's different, I think, than maybe like my local one. They had these like lockers. You put a code in the lockers pop open, and you grab what's in the lockers, and everything's all packed there for you. You just take it.
That's good, because I've seen people walking around obviously doing that, but they were picking things off the shelf.
Yeah.
And that looks so inefficient. I was like, oh my God. Like,
and then what if they don't have the thing that's on the list?
Yeah.
That's so much anxiety doing that, for sure.
Well, yeah, and time. Like, I'd be just like, I just lost all my money looking for this stupid, weird ass thing they want, right?
Yeah.
But if they have it packed for you, that's completely different.
Packed, bagged, just put a number in there. There was like little lockers that are like freezer lockers, and they popped open with cold stuff, regular, just like, it's pretty neat. It's kind of like I said, it's kind of fun experience. Like I said, if it felt like a job, I'd just forget it, but it's fun.
And just put your business card in every delivery.
Yeah, good idea. Should do that.
I'm half kidding. I'm half kidding.
You're looking over the guy's shoulder. I like those items over there. You're looking to sell those?
Hey man, if you're I'm only half kidding. Like I'm sure some probably against the rules or something.
Man,
like
you got a lot in that garage. You want to clear that out?
Well, how old's your husband? How long is he getting around for? I was using ChatGPT to do funny ads like that to put in my booth just to mix things up. And one of them is basically that.
Carl.
I don't care. It's funny what I do care about when I don't care about. But
husband leaving a suit? Give me a call.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Nobody lives forever.
One of them is basically like, did your kids move out, but the stuff stay behind?
Oh my god!
Give me a call.
Yeah. Yep.
The other one is like, does your basement look like this? And basically, it looks like my basement. Give me a call and I'll help you clear it out, or something like that.
Oh my god!
People find that funny. It's like, as long as it's done funny, right? Like, you don't want to be like, here's a gravestone. Can't take it with you.
He's gone to heaven, but left you in hell. Let me help you.
That's good. That is brilliant, Scott. I just thought of that. I love that idea. I'm brilliant. I'm going to use that one. Say it again. Oh, I'll listen to the podcast this week, maybe.
Hey, you went to heaven and left you with hell. Give me a call.
Oh, that's so good. I love it.
I'm your angel.
Oh, I might just do that one for the hell of it and see how brave I am to actually put that out. I won't, but I'll get ChatGPT just to do it, and I'll send you a picture of me.
That's too good.
Dude, if you get like endless calls after this, I'm gonna be putting the same sign up then.
Yeah, my friend actually asked me to make him a sign for his booth, so I actually did that, but because it does kind of work, right? Like, it's not, you're not going to get overwhelmed, but you do. It does spur action for sure. So
yeah, he went to heaven and loved you in hell.
Did you steal that, or is that?
No, I just made that up, man.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed.
I'm your angel.
Yeah, your writing career is paying off in so many different ways.
Oh yeah, you just got to be a little twisted in the brain, Carl.
So how was your week, Jamie? Like, apart from making a video a day, packing, eBay, Etsy, Posh.
Yeah, well, Etsy doesn't like me. They kicked me off.
Oh, sorry, not Etsy. Yeah.
Just rub it in, Carl.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
Insert knife and twist. You know,
feel a little salt in the wound. Yeah, no, I had a good weekend, but I mean, I was away from Friday I got home Monday night. So Tuesday, I packed up all the orders that sold.
Yeah.
Which was a good amount of stuff. A lot of good stuff sold over like my little 4-day getaway there. So lots of good stuff sold. Had enough stuff drafted that I didn't have to worry about listing anything. Everything was pre-listed essentially. I just had to like actually list it. It was in my draft bank.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I just had a nice getaway. I tried to not think too much about anything while I was away. I did get a neutral feedback.
We talked about it.
One that's annoying. One that I won't fight because there's nothing I can do about it except for like stir the pot when it doesn't need to be. So it was a NASCAR diecast. It was Winter Circle, which is not a good company. They make cheap stuff for sure, in my opinion. And what the person said was, it's very nice. This car is very nice, but the quality of it is poor. Would likely not buy Winter Circle again. Live and learn as a collector, something like that. So there was nothing wrong with the way I packed it. There's nothing wrong with the way it was boxed. Their issue was that Winter Circle makes low quality products. Not me. I obviously don't make Winter Circle stuff.
Right. They're rating the product, not the service.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, well, what can I possibly say? The only thing I could say is like, I don't want to give them money unless they ask.
No,
they're not technically. You know what I mean? Like, what's the benefit of me stirring the pot here? Like, they're not.
Honestly, I would leave it.
Yeah, for me, that one's just to leave it alone. Because nothing good's going to happen. Because they could also just try to return it if they don't like it, right? So I don't want that either.
Or change it to a negative somehow.
It could change it, yeah. But I mean,
you could do that, right?
It's just one of the ones where I'm like, well, it doesn't really hurt your ratio, right? Your feedback score. So that was just one of the ones that I'm like, well, whatever. It kind of sucks, but at the same time, like, it could be worse. So I'll take your money. You can leave me a backhanded remark type thing, but.
I don't even know if I don't know if eBay would remove that or not.
I don't think so.
Because it's
not nothing really.
You could say it's not they're grading the product brand, not me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't think that's fair for me to get a neutral. But I don't even know if they would do that because they're so kind of picky, right?
Buyer experience is how that's their word that gets out of anything.
That's the script. The script says, well, that's just their opinion and allowed their opinion, even if it's complete BS in this case. That's going to be your first answer you're going to get.
And they're not lying. They're like, oh, it's nice, but it's the quality of the car is not so good. It's not like I said, I didn't build the car personally.
I know, right?
I didn't have a 3D printer building NASCAR diecast, but
they should know what they're buying.
That was actually, so I talked about it in my video that's going to come out maybe tomorrow or something.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I think too. Is it's really, they should know, if you're going to buy something online, you should kind of know what you're buying or research it a bit.
Yeah.
And if you never bought Winter Circle before, your expectations should be a little bit more open, I would think. Which, I mean, it is obviously somewhat open because they're keeping it, and whatever. Like I said, it's just one of those ones that are kind of like a little frustrating. It's almost like those ones. I don't know. I think, Carl, you said you've got I've got one currently on my neutrals as well. It's just a thumbs up. It's
I got one. This neutral? Is
good enough.
Good.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Like, what am I going to argue here? Nothing.
Like, I kind of see it too. Like, if their buyer goes in and they look at my feedback and they look at that neutral, what does it say to them? And it's going to say good. And then it's like, okay, that's not going to change their mind on buying from me or not, right? They're going to, any experienced eBay buyer will know, like, okay, that's completely irrelevant. And even a new person is going to be like, okay, that's not going to worry me when they say good, right? And in this case, it's like any experienced buyer who sees that, like, they're rating the product will know, like, okay, well, that's not, they'll know it's the service that really matters here, right? And did you describe it correctly, which you did?
Yeah.
And then anyone new probably still would be smart enough to know that has nothing to do with their buying experience with you. So
exactly.
It's still annoying, don't get me wrong, because you stare at that damn neutral for a year. And you see it slowly going across from like 1 month, 6 months, and then I swear from 6 to 12 is like 2 to 3 years.
Feels like it.
Yeah. But what are you gonna do? Like you said, your percentage, it doesn't affect. And like eBay doesn't care about your feedback at all. They care about your metrics. So
yeah, that's exactly what's important there. Yeah, it's one of those things.
So anyways, guys, our topic for the day is
YouTubers new and past
we meant to do this last week, so we should maybe should maybe touch upon it. So so the topic of the week, we're going to do just other reselling YouTubers.
Yeah.
Who we watch, who we don't watch.
We don't watch
anymore. I don't know. I really haven't put a lot of thought into this. I should have.
Well, I think we were originally talking about, like some of the ones who've sort of disappeared, right? That we had watched and they've, moved on or whatever. I know I personally got a few people like that, which, from the series that I did, that was like, let's talk about reselling in Canada. We've had Chris, who's passed away. So he's not making videos or anything like that. And then, reselling with John. I had done a podcast with John. John's moved on to be a car salesman. Every once in a while for, once a month he'd put out a video and then he'd kind of go away. And then I haven't seen anything in a really long time. Tabs McCaffrey was on there as well. She still does YouTube content, but not reselling anymore. She does spirituality, or no, like tarot card reading. What is that called?
Astrology.
Maybe, yeah. Like she does, like readings, like spiritual readings, I guess.
Yeah.
Carl, don't you do those?
Yeah, I'm into that stuff, but I would just call it.
It's really cool.
Card reading.
She's a really cool person. I watch some of her videos still. I messaged her a little while back to see if she was still reselling, and she said yes. But at the time, she was like on a little trip to Japan. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I think everybody I had on that series, besides maybe Scott, is just not doing any. I mean, Scott's doing this podcast, but Scott's not doing YouTube, like just a regular YouTube channel anymore. Or maybe this is it. Scott's rebooting. The big announcement.
Well, I'm not doing reselling content. I'm not doing any content other than this, but if I go back and do something, which I'm kind of dabbling in, it's not going to be reseller content. It just, only because there's so much out there. And honestly, I find it very time consuming.
It is.
I find it a time suck. And on the other hand, though, I really enjoy talking about it. Like, I really enjoy, but I'm not the guy that's going to wear a camera out to, I don't know, the hidden camera thing could change it, but I wouldn't go into someone's house with a hidden camera.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that, but to have the camera there when you're doing negotiation, that's not me. It's just the negotiation was too important to risk it, losing it because of a camera. But I enjoy watching them. I think I actually started watching Harry again. I don't know, probably watched 4 or 5 of his last episodes. Harry Humstone, anybody interested, check him out. Obviously I've been watching yours, but the odd time I'll watch Craigslist Hunter if it pops up. Haven't really been watching too much lately. I don't know. What about you, Carl? Do you even watch any of them now?
Well, the only one is Two Dogs Digs. I'll usually watch that on Tuesday, and I go on that.
Are they still doing? I thought they stopped.
No, they started again. They start and stop, but then they never completely stop. They talk about that, and then they're back up. So
yeah,
I think it's they enjoy it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they run
fun if you're doing lives. Lives were a little better. It's just getting there. Same time every week was a little tougher.
Yeah, I would not enjoy that. Like,
especially when it was Sundays on the weekend, and we're trying to rush back from wherever we were.
No,
but they're definitely a lot easier.
Oh, definitely a lot easier. But it's just coming up with the topic, really, too, right? Like, what we're going to talk. Hell, we're going to talk about this week. But it doesn't seem to be a problem with this show. We've been doing this for
because we don't talk reselling 50% of the time,
right? Maybe despite my angst about it, yeah.
Carl goes off on a tangent on something.
Yeah, totally me.
Yeah.
So I watch Two Dogs Digs, and I go on that show once every 6 months, maybe 4 months as a guest. So I enjoy that. And what else? I don't consume a huge amount. Like, I'll take a look. Who was I watching? A Storage Warrior. She does a podcast.
Oh, right. I had her on the series as well.
Yeah, you interviewed her.
Yep.
Yeah, her name is
Jess. Say a year ago?
Jess, yeah.
Now, what is she? Is she good at what she does, or is she like her content good? I mean,
the podcast.
Yeah. So is it? It's just a podcast. It's not a show.
I haven't looked to see what she's doing recently, but it was just a podcast. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's still doing the podcast. She released one just the other day.
Yep.
And I put her in the professional thing because she has a business doing this full time with employees.
Huge business. It's really impressive.
Yeah. So she's not fly by night kind of person. Like, not quite Craigslist Hunter kind of business, but step below that, maybe. Like they have they rent space and have employees and listing and buying. And
I never got the full story from her, but like eBay does, like they do like seller of the years, and you can win like $5,000 and like
she won it a couple times.
Yeah. So I never got the full story. She was gonna come in and talk on my channel, but she's like, "Oh, it's not what you think. This isn't good." And then
she was not happy.
No, and I don't want to speak out of pocket here or anything, but like essentially, she said, I want to wait till everything smooths over before I talk publicly about it. But I'm like, ooh, that doesn't sound good at all.
Well, she talked about it on her podcast.
Did she? So I never went back and listened. Yeah, I was waiting. I was just talking to her through Instagram, I think. So I'll have to go back and listen to the episode.
Yeah, I think like the quick version is they flew them to Ottawa.
Yep.
To get this award and then kind of ignored them.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah. So she was not a happy camper.
Yeah, but ignore them how? Like,
well, it's her experience. However she felt.
Okay. What's her experience on how? Like, did she describe it?
Yeah, but basically, I guess they brought all the winners together and didn't really even bother talking to them. And like the person they're going to meet didn't show up or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm a little awkward to talk about because I don't quite remember exactly the story, and I don't want to put incorrect information out there. But she talks about it on her podcast, The Storage Warrior. So if you really care, you can listen. But she felt that it wasn't professionally handled. So, but
I mean, that's the kind of gist I got from her. I'm sure she didn't want to say something before, it was completely finished, right? But
it's out there now. Yeah,
it is. I'll go back and listen.
Yeah.
So who else? I know I had Matt Cart on in that series too. I don't know if you guys had ever seen him before. But I think Matt completely pivoted his YouTube channel to Canadian events. Like he'll talk about politics. I think it started when the postal strike was on and he really wasn't shipping. He shut his eBay store down.
Yeah.
So he would do like government's doing this, or the rise of groceries are crazy. And he started doing all these like shorts and different like short form content where he's just saying his opinion on like what's going on. And he went from like having subscriber base similar to mine to I think he's like 10 to 50,000. He's getting like 10,000 views plus on videos. Like some of them are more. I'm like, wow, you like blew up. And he kept the same channel, same name. For the longest time, it still said he was a Canadian reseller. He's changed it now to say that it's different, right? But yeah, interesting. Like,
who's this? Sorry,
Matt Cart.
And what did you say the content?
He originally was doing exactly the same thing I was. Like he was going to the Goodwill bins and doing thrift hauls, and he did that forever.
No, but what did he change to? Did you say that, or you don't?
Yeah, just current like local Canadian media, like what's happening in the news and like like some globally stuff, but I'd say it's really Canadian based for sure.
Okay, so I thought you said John did that last time or 2 times ago, like the first.
No, it was Matt Cart.
Okay. So he's the guy that went and did his channel. Okay.
Yeah, John went to sell used cars, which I think I seen him post the other day on his just like I think his like actual Facebook page.
Yeah.
It had been a year and he was like super happy that this all happened. He lost like a really good job where he could work at home in his basement. He could take a little extra time to do, a podcast or some eBay stuff during business hours, I'm sure. But that job kind of went away, got like, I'm sure just downsized, right? Like a lot of those type of things did. And and he was like, I couldn't be more happy. Like absolutely loves what he does. And I'm like, God, I feel so happy for him for sure.
And he could have if he could wear like a camera, he could probably have a really good YouTube as a car salesman.
I was gonna comment on his thing that just should be like still reselling with John, but and then you click on the channel, he's just reselling vehicles, right?
Yeah, that would be very entertaining. I'm sure he'd probably lose his job within like a month, but it'd be really cool until then.
Well, or if he's popular, he might get a ton of customers, right?
You never know, right?
Yeah.
Like people go to Craigslist Hunter just because he's on the channel, just because he has the show.
Yeah.
Or they buy from him just because he has. It's like a marketing almost too. You could do an advertisement too. Come on down to Jones Used Cars.
I just recently watched him on. He was on the Ryan and Lonnie podcast. Have you seen those guys started a podcast? Like Lonnie from
yeah.
And Ryan was Thrift Mine, Crazy Dreamers.
I didn't watch it, but I saw they popped up that they were doing this.
Yeah. They've done a couple of podcasts that I didn't watch just because of the guests, because they are not just sticking necessarily to the niche of reselling. They'll talk to anybody, because I think actually Ryan does like food. He does food like reviews or something now. He doesn't even do reselling content, but yeah.
Well, there was a blip when this was really popular, and that brought in a lot of people trying it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not surprised a lot of people have moved on, because the audience, I think, was ever only so big. And I think reselling popularity has definitely decreased probably over the last year or so. maybe even 2 years. For
probably if you're sticking it out. I mean, as an actual reseller, people getting out of it's probably better, right, for us. But
oh yeah, I've heard a lot of complaints from like old school people, like, where do all these people come from? They're paying too much, blah blah blah. Yeah. But yeah, it died off a bit. I think people realize it's not like you do this and you're going to be like making millions here or something, right? No. Like not every buy is like $5 to $1,000, you know. And some people like to sell that fantasy, and those people are still out there selling that fantasy. So I never watched those channels. I can't stand that stuff, to be honest.
There might have been a time when that was true, but when the market got flooded, I think that took a lot of, like, you just can't walk in a yard sale and load up the truck. Like 16 people have been there ahead of you and they loaded up their vehicles, and you're lucky to find a camera. You know what I mean? And then I think the other side was people were looking it up on eBay. So now they want, what eBay prices on a yard sale,
Yeah.
Like I think there was a day probably maybe in the 90s or something, because now, not often, but I mean, I'm going to yard sales and they even have a printing of this thing goes for $500 on eBay. We want $450.
Yeah, I see that.
You know what I mean? Like in the 90s, that didn't happen. And it was just a different lifestyle. Like I remember my uncle talking about back in, the 80s, you could go just on a Sunday, you could go to 5 different auctions. They were all over the place. Now everything's online, and, everybody and their uncle's doing it, So.
Well, I definitely, like the 80-20 rule, I definitely think it's like the 95.5% rule for resellers, where you got those people who are doing really good, but they represent a small amount. And in my opinion,
well, I mean, there's a lot of people doing well that don't advertise themselves on YouTube, and
yeah, for sure,
they're not on eBay.
And there's also a lot of people who are retired who I talk to, and basically, if they're breaking even, they're doing okay. Or I hear this sometimes. Oh, I made rent.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get that anywhere though. Like their purpose for being there, I think, are different reasons too, right?
Right.
Like sometimes people are there. Like you started where you are, Carl, just for social, right?
And that's still kind of there. I'm still trying to get to minimum wage here. Right. But when I go to thrift stores, though, there's still new feces, okay, or faces. That both works actually. They're going, and I'll notice that. I don't know how long they last, and then you have the people who've been going forever. But
I think the bottom line is it's not easy. It's not like something you can just
you have to enjoy
walk your way through with no problem. There's a lot of learning. There's a lot of hard knocks type stuff, and you got to hustle, right? Yeah.
And people
I should be listing way more every day than I do.
It's always true. That guilt almost is always there.
So
or like other people just get bored, like Adam, right? Adam was doing really well, and he's like, okay, I'm done that. He went on to different ideas to make money,
Well, yeah, he's gone on to something that makes more money with less time involved.
Right? My dream.
Right. Well, I don't want to give his thing.
You have to enjoy it though. No, don't. But you have to enjoy it too, and be motivated enough to do it. This is easy for me.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the hardest thing we do is like research, probably, right? It's like packing scared me at first, and now I'm like, whatever. Finding the good deals, that is always something that comes and goes, but making mistakes will probably always happen.
Yeah, I think that's we all are going to make mistakes, even when you become, if you become top tier of what you're doing. I think it's still, things are going to happen. Not much you can do about it. Things obviously change too, like where something you might have done 100 times over is now not normal or the new acceptable, and now there's a problem with it, right? But
yeah,
the thing about reselling I absolutely love, besides I'm, the number one thing is being in control of your own time, being able to do what you want, working the way that you want. And for me, I'm self-motivated to put in time where I need to, so I can have a 4-day thing off, so I can have like a weird, like little getaway or save money and buy this thing I really want or whatever. Like the time management thing's never an issue, but getting the time that I want to do things is exactly the reason why I like this. Because working in a factory, they tell you how much time you can have off, and then they tell you the time you can actually have off. You might have, I worked up to 5 weeks holidays, but it wasn't any 5 weeks you wanted, right? It had to be all approved. There's like so many things you have to jump through so many things, right? Just to get the day off that you want off to do the thing you want.
And you're limited to sick days, and
yeah,
it's I don't know. I don't even want to go in that direction, but I'm just saying I remember back. I'm gonna say it was probably late '80s, but I think there was Carl. You might know about this. Unions were going around. I remember they came to our school and they were talking about moving the mandatory, like the work week from 40 hours, I think it was, to 30 hours.
Yeah.
Because then they could hire more people.
Right.
More people would have jobs, and you're not restricted to, like, they felt like everybody's working 5-6 days a week or whatever it was. You would have more personal time. I think they do this in France, right? I think don't they have a 4-day work week or something like that?
Not that I know it, but they get, I think, 6 weeks holiday every year.
So it was something to that effect. And I'm like, well, what if you want to work more? What if you want to make more money? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of my mentality then. But now I'm like, you know what? We should be at a 3-day work week, but everyone would equal out, because if everybody's doing that same work week, they're making generally that type of wages, and therefore everything would fall in line. Housing prices and all that kind of stuff would fall in line to that. It never came about, but I mean, to work 5 or 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Like, my brother does that, man. And I'm like, I don't know if I would want that life. Like, sure, you're making lots of money, but he's 12 hours a day working between driving there and back and doing a 9-10 hour shift or more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tough. Like, I mean, it's your balance. Like, what do you want?
Well, they call it the golden handcuffs, right? Like, you're stuck there.
Golden handcuffs, all right, for sure.
Yeah. Right? But like, handcuffs are made of gold, but they're still handcuffs, and you're still stuck there, right? So there's always that balance. And I feel like, I've always, like, with Adam and caring about what's his return on time, that's the sort of stuff I'm obsessed with as well, which is probably why we were both programmers. It's probably just the way we think, right? Because
I don't disagree with you. I think that makes sense, but I think you also have to enjoy what you're doing.
Oh yeah, like,
right.
Especially in this job, especially to do this, because if you're not, like Jamie was saying, self-motivated to do it, there's no one whipping the whip at you to do it, right? You're like, like, eventually things will fall apart, but until that point, it's up to you. And like, that's why I knew I could never do it full time, because
what's that old saying, Carl? If you enjoy what you're doing for work, you're not working a day in your life, or something.
Yeah, I hated that. The other one I hate is, like, hard work pays off, and I always said hard work means you're doing it wrong.
Well, yeah, I know what you're saying, but I mean, that mentality, we'd have nothing. Like,
I've seen so many people who've said that belief to me, hard work, who have nothing. It's like, that makes them feel better, but like, you can do hard work running around in a circle, and you're not, and never analyzing what you're doing, or never looking back at what you're doing, or like, how many people, I've seen people like drive an hour to get something, drive an hour back, and they're going to make like $10 off of that thing. And it's like, you're losing money doing it, but they don't want to hear it. They say, Carl, look at all the money in my hand, half of which is the money they took out to actually buy this thing and sold it and got the same money back in their hand. And now it's like a pile of cash that they already had in the first place. Yeah. Like, not to, I don't mean to judge. I'm just saying, I understand that. Like, especially when I'm at the booth and I always have lots of cash, but a lot of that cash is just turnover, right? Like, how much of it is actually new cash, right? It can be very, if you don't analyze it, you don't really know what's going on, right?
No, for sure.
Easy trap to fall into. And, when like you and Jamie, this is how you make your living. Like, at the end of the day, this is how you're keeping the energy on, and like paying for your car repairs and food and everything, right? Like, you'll know very quickly if things aren't working out, especially over time, right?
And there's obstacles that come up, like, that can be defeating in itself, which aren't necessarily defeating, but it can defeat you mentally to the point where you allow it to defeat you. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm thinking the scenario with the de minimis and how things dropped right off so quickly. And then you got your post office strike twice. And then you got, like, it just seems like it's never ending. It just seems, and then Jamie
COVID was the opposite. COVID was the opposite, where it was a huge boost that was artificial. And a lot of people count on that. Right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that was a good thing, Carl. Like, I mean,
I'm just saying it was set expectations high.
Like, I think there was, I think within those couple of years, there was periods that were advantageous, but there was also periods where, like, okay, people were throwing stuff out so you could get stuff cheap. But at the same time, we didn't have any yard sales for that 1 year. Antique booths stores were closed. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of things that affected too, right? So if you're on eBay, maybe things had picked up because people couldn't go out, so they were forced to buy on eBay.
Yeah, it was great.
But if you're if you're a reseller at an antique booth, or the government forced your restaurant to close, or things like that,
unequal.
Those things were it didn't matter what you do, it was not good times. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. I'm just saying, like, in this industry, the problem is things can go up and down, and you can't even predict. No one predicted that we'd have this stuff, and it's hard on businesses, right? I think maybe getting back to the original topic, which is the YouTube people, right? I think a lot of people were brought in, and me as well, got that huge boost with the COVID, and that's when people were at home. And they were like, "Yeah, let's just turn on this camera and try this YouTube thing, right?" And
I don't think I deflected from the YouTubers or resellers. I think I stayed within that. You brought up COVID. I'm just saying that it affected people differently. You know what I mean? Like, you were saying, it was positive. Everybody was buying stuff, but it was also negative for a lot of people too, right?
So, I'm saying, sorry, I was saying positive in terms of a reseller.
If you had a basement full of stuff, you were probably good. But if you didn't have anything stored up, your stuff was online, like, you weren't putting fresh product out there because it was hard to go and find it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, there was my point was that there are things out there that can defeat you mentally. Like, if you were able to push through it, that's fine. But if you have something to fall back on, like a job or something to go back to, like, I can see a lot of people saying, like, this ain't worth it. You know what I mean? Like, there's too many, like losing your Etsy store. Like, for a lot of people that are just on Etsy, that would have been doomsday. Luckily Jamie was primarily on eBay, I think, and Etsy was kind of a secondary thing. But if that's your primary, which a lot of people have Etsy as a primary, if you get your shorts, what about all those eBay people that had their eBay store shut down just overnight? Or all their items? Who was it? Somebody was it Tommy? Had all their items just disappear? They woke up in the morning and it's all gone?
It was before my time, but I remember everyone's pictures disappeared at one point. That must be
well,
fun.
the pictures and listings, and I hear all sorts of horror stories. Like,
and there's still problems, right?
That can be so demoralizing, like
it is
defeating. Yes. Like, you just feel like I felt defeated when the stuff that I had took down because of all the de minimis, I had 700 and something items up. And then I only put a few of them up there because I think it was just books and stuff at first, because those things weren't affected, or antiques and stuff like that. But I still had like 400 items, and all of a sudden one day they were all gone. And I'm like, I put all that work into it and it's gone. Like, it's so heartbreaking, because it takes, you know how long it takes me to get 400 items up? You know what I mean?
Oh, I know how long that takes. Yes.
Like, it's not even the time. It's getting into that mental state where you feel like listing too, right? Like,
were they drafted or something? Or you ended them and then
they were all days? They were all ended and saved as drafts.
Yeah, and then 90 days
hit. 2 months later, so this was August, September, and I think it was mid or late October.
Yeah.
And I still didn't put them up because I wasn't sure how all this international shipping. So I think I went back to go put them up in November, and they were all gone. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I was so, I thought I had 3 months, but you have 70 something days.
Oh, okay.
70 days. And 3 months would have been 90 days. So it was like by a week or two, you know?
Yeah. That would sour me for sure.
Yeah. And it just, so those kind of things can be very like, maybe other people can go past it, but I can't. Like, it just, like, it's so upsetting. Like, you just want to take everything, put it in a truck, and take it to the dump. Just call it a day.
Yeah, I never felt like that.
I did.
I know. There was a dark period for you. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. When all that work goes for nothing, it's just like it's stupid.
I remember that dark period for you.
I was so mad. Like, I put all that stuff, and it wasn't like it was, you know, okay, what is there, 450 items or something that would have pushed me, or it could have been 500 items. I don't even know. But like, I'm going to say probably 75% was decent stuff. The other stuff might have been non-sellable anyway. But even at 50%, you know what I mean? That's 250 items that may have been able to be sold between, you know, then and now, like in the last 6 months. 250 items that, I don't know, what was my average? Probably $80 an item. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big chunk, and it's all gone. Not only is it gone, it was time that I already put into it, you know?
Yeah. I know what I told myself, because I needed to relist those items, because I had to switch from .com to .ca, was it was a fresh chance to start over and fix the things I didn't like. Now I can already tell you I don't like some of the stuff that I've redone, so it's not like I took the opportunity to make things perfect. Eventually, when you start listing that much stuff, you get lazy and cut corners, because that's just the way my brain's going to work. If trying to get volume up over be perfect at some point is more important, right? Or for me, anyway, everybody's different, but for me, it was at that point, volume was more important than being perfect. So then you start, not doing things exactly how you promised maybe yourself you were going to do them, because it seemed like such a good idea to have. If I was going to redo this, I was going to redo it right. But
that happens with me with postcards sometimes, because like I'll be sending, I use the same description.
Yeah.
And then I sent one out. I was like, I kind of feel this is lower quality than I said in the description. And I know it's because I was just rushing through them, because it's like you see 1,000 postcards, you're like,
yeah,
you're not going to rewrite every little description, right? So that happens too. Or sometimes.
Did you guys just notice something?
What's that?
Our conversation about other YouTubers just turned into a therapy session.
Yeah, I kept trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
So like, go ahead, Jimmy. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say I just did see another YouTuber say that they were leaving. Did you guys watch? Have you ever watched the Aussie Flipper?
No.
Not sure who that is. No.
Yeah. He's a tall guy, skinny guy. He's probably in his 30s.
Yeah, Australian. I bet you'd never guess that by his name, but
yeah.
Yeah, so I know he started YouTube around the same time as I did, because I remember I got a message from him on Instagram, and we were both at like just starting, and he's like, hey bro, let's grow together. And then he grew to, I think he's at like 50,000 or something like that on YouTube, and I'm like 4,500. So he grew a lot faster than I did for sure. But yeah, I seen he sent an Instagram message out yesterday. There's no video yet, but he said, after 5 years, blah, 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 I accepted a full-time job. More information to come soon, but he's like basically done. I think he's done with YouTube, done with eBay, and going into some sort of job again. So, but yeah, I mean, well,
if that's a trend, eBay could be. Would you like? I don't think eBay's in trouble. Do you? Like, do you think?
No.
No.
Last time I saw their sales are still good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I mean, I would have thought, looking just at what he was doing, I'm like, oh, this guy's probably a lifer. And no, I mean, a good job opportunity popped up, and it probably makes, depends on your age and where you're at, right? If you're trying to start a family and have a house, it's not super easy to have like a bank look at your YouTube or your eBay statements and say like, yeah, we're giving you a house. Like,
no.
Well, also though, the whole world was affected by the de minimis.
Yeah.
Right. So they were probably affected too. I remember watching this woman
for sure they were. Yeah.
From England, who sold like kind of the stuff, the antique stuff, but it was more like figures and stuff like stuff you put on a shelf, decor pieces, lamps and stuff like that. And she was saying how 75% of her sales went to the US, and she was in England. So she was kind of in a panic, not knowing what was going to happen either, right? So I'm going to assume worldwide, the United States was a huge component to the reselling worldwide. Yeah. Right? Like they were probably like, I thought because our border was like, we were so close together with a thin line separating us, that we were probably in the minority and affected. But if you listen to people around the world, it seemed like I'm assuming they were all affected the same, just as much. Because if they're over in England and they're losing 75% of their sales, like that was surprising to me.
Yeah, I think Canada is like the United States #1, but UK I know does a lot as well. And
but I would assume France maybe
Europe,
is big there, like anything in Europe.
Even funny, like I'd be collecting ancient coins, and a lot of the Americans have been shocked because they've been, they're used to buying ancient coins from Europe, and they're not used to the tariffs, right? And so that had a huge effect as well, as all of a sudden all this money is kind of being shifted around of where it's being spent. So it's been a shock to lots of people for sure.
Yeah. Well,
but like that Aussie guy that you were talking about,
mm-hmm.
and he switched jobs. It could be though, like that all the skills he got from just doing, not from YouTube, but from reselling, is transferable into working for another company, and they value those skills, right? Because obviously he was a go-getter. Obviously he, had energy for it and had skills to do it. So sometimes it's like, yeah, he could be making 50 or 100,000 on eBay, but then they grab him and now he's making 200,000 or 300,000, right? Like, and I'm not saying a lot of people are like that, but there are people like that where.
So you're saying that his eBay was still successful, but he found something even more successful?
Yeah.
Like
possibly.
Yeah.
I'm also, it's just ringing in my ears right now. I'm thinking like, I wonder if so this was yesterday that I seen this,
mm-hmm.
but are they ahead in time zones than us? Because it's April 1st. I never really considered that it could have been a joke.
Yeah.
So we're filming this on
he didn't said more to come later. You did.
Well, he said a video. He did say it was just an Instagram post, and I was like, oh, this is kind of crazy.
I hate that. It's so good.
So now I'm wondering. So now this will be a cliffhanger. You'll have to go look at the Aussie Flipper to see if he's full of crap or if he's got a new $100,000 job.
And now I'm upset because we could have totally have done something in the beginning of this episode, and I didn't think of it at all.
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
Well,
but I also used to watch like interesting guys who were talking about like a few years ago, and they would do a show every, I don't know what it was, Saturday or Sunday as well, maybe. And they would do, you would find out so much like about Walmart. Like guys were shipping stuff here to Canada, Walmart, from the United States, and getting that done. And all those guys just one day disappeared. And you kind of wonder what happened to them, right? And I think, like you said,
say that again, Carl. What was the beginning of that?
So I used to watch three guys out of the United States, and one of them was really good. And one of his main ways of making money was actually sending things to Walmart Canada.
Oh.
From the United States. Anyways, my point being that these guys would do a show just like we're doing, right? For a good 6 months, 8 years, and I learned so much, and then one day they're gone, and you're always wondering, like, what happened? They just quit, like they didn't announce anything, they just got bored, or the person like pushing for it just quits. But like you're saying, a lot of people probably just keep doing it. They just don't talk about it, not because they don't want to, just they can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Because like
I think too, though, it's hard to judge the success of the success of reselling based on their YouTube channel.
Oh, for sure. It's not,
because the YouTube channel is a total different animal, and it's so hard to stay with it, with the time consuming aspect of it. Like, to me, it was just so hard, right? Like, it's hard enough now. Like, it's hard enough to keep up without getting distracted on eBay and reselling and everything. And then to add a YouTube thing in there, kudos to Jamie for doing it, because you're obviously doing three things. You're doing your eBay, which gives you your YouTube content. So we know you're doing that. And then you're doing the booth. And I've physically gone there and seen it. So the booth is real. But that's not really where I was going. But I'm just saying, you're definitely doing three heavy lifting chores, right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of energy and work. Like, if I did that here, Steph would have a conniption, I think, because
you just reminded me there used to be conspiracy theories that we were making all this up. Do you remember that little time period? It's like, no way did someone find something for $5 that's worth $300. They're just making it up.
Who said that?
Oh, it was just like a rumor going around.
Oh, you said you used to say that to me.
That was a joke at the time because I grabbed it from other channels, right? Because that was popular for a little bit.
It wasn't a joke.
Well,
I couldn't sleep at night, Carl. I was so offended and upset.
Trolling successful.
I think because when people started to learn like things like storage wars and all those were staged, and maybe even American Pickers to some extent is like embellished type thing. When you start all these things you've watched prior to probably watching reselling content, you're like, oh, like it almost makes you like it takes the joy out of it a little bit. So I'm sure people are like, well, there's no way, like, but like, who's going to pay like 15 people? Yeah. Who's going to pay like 15 people to like stand around at a yard sale so I can go buy this one thing for $5, right? Like,
with 20 views on my channel. Like,
yeah.
Like, Carl used to call our show fake. He used to come on there every time. Fake. This is fake.
Well, can you imagine these guys like going on to these shows like Antique Roadshow and just making the whole thing up and pretending? I can't believe people would do that, right? But they were doing it.
Okay, well, but even like, for instance, the show, I haven't watched it yet, but the show that you were on, Scott, for Eastlink, right?
Yeah.
Like you had Adam come on and present something that, you know what I mean? Like is it okay? I thought, didn't Adam do one too?
No,
it was Stephanie. But I mean, that's sort of like, it's not being untruthful, but it's not exactly the truth either, right? It's just presented slightly different.
Yeah, so everything was right except for it was my item that I had found.
Right.
She was presenting my information through her as her being so.
Yeah, it's just like a little twist on it, right? Because
the values were real. The values were real.
Yeah,
the values were complete.
Yeah,
in fact, the values weren't completely real because I actually made more money on it than I estimated the thing to be worth. So there you go.
But you're right. Like, it has to be entertaining. It's TV. You have to be a bit entertaining too.
Yeah, and imagine Jamie, you would know for sure. Take your camera in and actually film something. You know what I mean? Like, half the time your camera can't be where you find something. So you have to like, oh, that's cool. Let me put it back and we'll start recording. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I completely understand that because you would just end up with thousands of hours of
boring
footage.
Yeah.
Right. It just doesn't make financial sense to have to go through all that. Yeah, for sure. But
yeah, I never ever felt the need to fake something for YouTube, or because there's legitimate stuff you find out there, right? Like you do find that $5 item that's worth 200. Like that happens once a month or whatever, or for some people a lot more, and you don't need to make it up.
A lot of times it's the authentic moments too. Like I had really good success with a couple of shorts and even in a video where an older gentleman was telling me what my problem was, because I was a problem at his sale. And my problem was I was wearing sunglasses trying to buy stuff outside and I was covering my eyes. He's like, I know exactly what you are. You're a reseller. I could see, basically I could smell you walking up the laneway type thing. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I never showed his face in the video, but obviously people like drama. Those are the real moments that actually.
Drama sells. Yeah.
Right.
Controversy sells.
Yeah. And we wound up very cordial at the end of it. Like we were totally fine with each other, but he was like trying to give me life advice that I looked like a scumbag walking up here trying to buy his stuff for nothing. I'm like, interesting.
I tell people I'm a reseller.
Hey, dude, it's sunny outside. You ever hear the sun?
Yeah,
but
didn't care that I had a camera strapped to my shoulder. That wasn't my problem. That wasn't my problem.
Funny, eh?
Yeah, it's just okay. They think you're a scumbag because you've half the time, maybe 30% of the time, you don't even know something. Maybe it is half the time. You don't even know what something's worth. You're just taking a guess based on past experience that this thing might have some value. Like how many times do you buy a tub of toys because something in there might be of value?
And there isn't.
and and that's why you have the booth, because you can bag a lot of the stuff up, get your money back, and you're fine. But then there is that thing, and you paid $5 for this or $10 for the tub of toys, and something's worth $200. Does that make you a scumbag? No. I had to do all the I had to do all the research on this to get to determine that. And then I have to sell it. I have to present it. I got to take all the picture. I got to, there's a lot more to it. And they don't understand that. They just think, they don't even understand that you're getting a lot of stuff taken off from eBay or the market. They don't get that. You sell it for $400 and you bought it for $10. Well, first of all, I didn't get the full 400. You lost 30% of that. Had to present it, take photos and everything like that. And how many times does that even happen? You know what I mean? And it's not like you were at 100 and I took you down to 10. Like you said, $10 for the whole tote. Like I paid you what you asked for.
Yeah, I think I'd be inclined actually to walk away more now if I'm in that situation. Like I might explain it like you did for a little bit, but if they're giving me a hard time, I'll just.
Oh, I'm not saying I explain that to them. I'm saying they don't understand all that.
Yeah.
Right? Like those type of people do not get it. Right?
Well, it's like the eBay labels that you're talking about when you go to a garage sale. Like, and they have the prices. I'm more likely just to walk away than even try.
100%.
Because like there's no winning that argument, right?
Yeah.
Like, and even then they're not going to give it to you for what you need, which is like 30%.
And they don't understand too that if you're at a yard sale or you're trying to get a certain amount of stuff, like, do you think it's right for me to have all this self-educated knowledge on all this stuff and share that for free to you? You got $5 on this $400 item. You look it up, you learn it, and then you go and sell it on eBay and see how well you do. Because I guarantee you, if you just put it out here for $400 on your picnic table, it's going to be here for the next 5 years, and you're still going to say, how come it didn't sell? Right? Nobody's buying anymore. No, I've heard that one too.
Oh, I heard that, yeah, too. I got chased, or you get chased to return the item you just got at the garage sale.
That was a funny one. But like I've heard that too. Like, how's your yard sale going? Well, nobody's buying anything. Well, that's because you got $4,000 for $100 item. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me to buy that $100 item, I got to pay $30-$40 for it at most, you know?
And almost every time I paid up, I regretted it.
For sure. For sure.
And, you know, that still happens to this day.
And not everything sells.
I know.
Right? Like,
I think the thing too is like you'll talk to, I don't bother anymore because it's not worth it, but you kind of like, people seem to be upset when you're making money off of them. And then I always think it's like, well, you know, when you worked or you have a business, you're doing the same thing. It's like no one works for free. And if you're in a business, you're either selling items or selling your time, and you're charging more than your costs. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like no one just breaks even. Otherwise they would starve. So, but there's no point.
And the private pick, those guys can, I'll fill up my truck for $1,000, or you can pay $500, get a dumpster in here, and get nothing out of it, and actually lose $500, and you can do all the work yourself. Or I can pull it all out for you, give you $1,000, and be on my way.
Or what happens is they die and someone else has to deal with it, like that, you know.
Or most likely that's the case. Yeah, right. So, I mean, I don't have any shame in doing what I'm doing. I think those people that say that kind of stuff have no clue what they're talking about. And I don't take offense by those people. I just think they're stupid. They have no clue. I mean, that's not to say that there isn't assholes on this side.
Oh God.
Like, I've gone to yard sales and people have picked things right up out of other people's
hands.
I saw it once where they picked it out of the hands, but I've seen it where they pick up something that someone's looking at. You know what I mean? I've been looking through a tote and they'll come by and just start rummaging through the same thing. I wait. I don't.
Well, you know, I've seen like one of the rules is don't get between two people doing business. It's a very basic rule. Like if you and Jamie are negotiating, and Jamie offers something, you say, I'll give you 50. I don't go in there and say, hey, I'll offer you 60. Right.
Yeah. Or $2 for that radio. You don't know if it works or not. The guy says, I don't know if it works or not. But if it's working, it's a $400 ghetto blaster. You paid $2 for it. If it doesn't work, I got to get it repaired. And if it's not repairable, I'm toast. Right. So, I mean, it was $2, but the guy's like, holy, that's a great ghetto block. You know how much those are worth? And I'm like, running down the driveway, getting to my truck.
Like, it still happens. It's rare. Most people know better, but I have seen that happen.
I usually get that.
It's like, don't do that.
A couple times throughout yard sale season where people are.
Oh, really?
You know, speaking up, like what I get, a croquet, where you have the dice. Croquet? No. Is it croquet? Oh my God. What's that one where you have the dice and they have those like triangle designs on the board?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Croquet?
No. I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. I'm just drew a blank. Anyway.
I mean, anyways, keep going.
Anyway, I had it. It was really nice. It looked brand new. Like it was really, they wanted $2 for it.
Yeah.
But those things are only worth like $30.
If
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're lucky, for sure. But he's like, that's it, $2. And like the lady says, I want to get rid of it. Right? She didn't care. It was like late in the day. It was probably 2 p.m. This thing's sitting in the sun all day. For $2, I'm going to take it, put it in my booth. I'll get $15 out of it. You know, if it's really good shape, maybe I'll try it online. But there's a lot of them online too, right? So,
do you like garage sales? Do you like going to garage sales, Jamie?
Jamie loves garage sale.
Favorite thing for sure.
He's a yard sailor. I see him out there all the time.
Oh yeah, God, I hate it.
I'm more likely to, which this is not popular. I get people on videos say that I shouldn't do this. A lot of times I'll just flat out tell people that I'm a reseller. You know, because I think for me, it makes it a more open conversation, because then it's like, oh, what about this? It's like, well, listen, I think I could get this much money for it. Like, there's just not enough there. instead of me feeling like I need to lowball or work the person, I don't know, it just feels better. I don't always do that. I try not to do stuff like, oh, I'd like to buy this for my kids. Yeah, I try not to do like use like angles. Like there's nothing wrong with doing any of that. I just feel better about just being upfront. But I'm going to probably sell this.
Here's what you do now that you have an antique booth in Tillsburg. This is what I do, and it works. It works great. I go out Saturdays. It's a little hobby for me. I have a little antique booth, and I just try to look for stuff in it. Got to pay rent, commission. So I said, I mean, I'm sure you'll sell it to someone else. This is where I can pay for it, but it's not that important to me. You know,
actually, you know what you just said is why I had the private pick yesterday, because it was originally from a garage sale, and I told them, and they said, "Oh, we might have more stuff," and that actually was the private pick yesterday. Was from that, doing just what you said, Jamie, and you, Scott, right, telling them the truth, which always feels good.
And a lot of times I'll find, Waterford, I love it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've even had people bring me down to their basement so they have more antique stuff. Yeah, some of the stuff was underpriced, and some of the stuff was fine. You know what I mean?
How I've got into people's houses the same way, by having those conversations and like, oh, like, you know, and then saying like, oh, I like cameras and like old electronics and stuff like that. Oh, I've got all kinds of stuff in the basement. You know, that's works so good.
And then sometimes it works out really good, because that's where the treasure is. You know what I mean? And you're getting in where nobody has been yet. You know what I mean?
And it can be the stuff they don't want to just give away at a garage sale.
Yeah.
Because they know there's some value in that collection, and they don't want to just put it out, but they still want to get rid of it. They just don't want to get rid of it at garage sale prices.
Yeah, for sure. But like, I still think there's some meat on the bone. Like,
I'm not saying there isn't meat on the bone. I'm just saying they don't want to get rid of it for what did you buy that blow mold for once? 10 cents?
That wasn't in a house though. That was on a yard sale.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it was insane. It didn't make sense. Here, let me walk along the curb and find that 10 cents.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm sure I'll be back in a minute.
I'm still angry about that. But yeah, but
it was
you're right.
And like mold. It was like this big, and it worked in everything.
10 cents.
Like when I saw 10, I was thinking $10.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then she's the one that said 10 cents.
But like Jamie said, you feel it out too when you're at the location. Like if it's just a bunch of Walmart crap and it's like a young couple, I'm probably not going to bring this up, right?
Right.
If it's someone in their 60s or 70s and there's some interesting mixes in the stuff, I'm much more likely to.
I filled the whole truck up for 75 cents, Carl.
I know. And a nickel. A wooden nickel.
75 cents. Oh.
But yeah,
those are the days.
You know, YouTube has definitely gone down a lot, but you know, the key core people who, like, some people might be under the radar, and I still talk to them once in a while, but you know, it's still a lot of the people are there if you look, right? Or maybe people have separated into more their own little groups, maybe, and they're there if you want, but it's changed, but it's evolved, right?
Yep. Anything else about YouTubers? Do you guys have a favorite one? Like I can't watch it every day, but I kind of like Back from Burnout. She just does books and stuff, but I just like the content because she's got a boyfriend now. It's probably been a couple years. Her and her husband split up, but she kind of wears her heart on the sleeve a little bit. You know, she'll cry sometimes, and she tells the struggle. Then they're Australian as well, but he's got kind of a big outfit going where he does a lot of media, CDs, cassettes, books, like that kind of stuff. But he's got warehouses full. I can't watch it every time, but I mean, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's kind of like a slower day. But I don't mind watching her show. I don't know if you guys watch that one.
I've not. I know who she is. I've heard lots of people talk about her, but yeah, no, I've never watched that. I watch a lot of ADH Dave. He's got a bunch of different channels. he's
I can't watch ADHD.
He's a train wreck for sure. He does.
Serge talks about him a lot too, but
really, eh?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't function like that. Like I just couldn't function. Like he just kind of like, I don't know.
He gets hyper focused on something, and then yeah, I don't know. I just find it's just interesting. It's just, I think sometimes it's personalities too, right? Like his personality. I kind of like his kind of sense of humor. So I mean, it's easy to listen to. He certainly is not bragging about how good of a reseller he is. He's more like
the opposite.
No, he's putting out fires a lot of times. It's just it can be very relatable, right? Somebody who's just like trying to figure things out still.
But I like Harry's channel for that. I find Harry's very relatable. He likes a lot of the stuff that I like to find. He finds more of that kind of stuff being in the US. He always seems to find, and they were doing some house clean outs there, him and his buddy there for a while too. But he likes the old stuff like I like. But he also finds the struggle. There's days he'll go out yard sailing and he'll come up back with 4 or 5 items, and 2 of them you're wondering why he picked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Harry's great. He's down to earth too, right? He's
and then other times he finds so much good stuff. Like even toys. Like I remember the one time Street Shark, he found a whole bunch of that Street Shark stuff, and it's like I found one. You know what I mean? I guess I found 2. I found the shark, but the slobster is what I sold for $200. But it was the hand puppet slobster. Look for that guy. I think he's gone up more. I think he's around 500 now.
Jeez. You can go through phases. It's funny. I'll find a bunch of it and then never see it again.
And then never see it. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. It's strange. But no, I like Harry Hubstone's videos.
Two Dog Sticks found a bunch of homies the other day. I remember early on, I would find homies, and I haven't seen a homie in years. And they found bags of them.
I found homies still in the package in Pine Grove.
Yeah,
Pine Grove. I paid. He wanted. I think it was $5. $5 a pack or something like this. He had 11 packs. I don't know. I ended up giving him $20 and I bought all of them. And then a lot of them sold for like $35, $40, but they were in the package. There were homies in the package.
That's funny because originally they came in like the quarter machines or whatever, you know? Like,
I remember those.
These guys were in the package, but there was series 1, 2, up to 6. I think there was series 6. So that kind of made a difference on the price too. But
like that's an example of like, how do I tell someone who, when I go to a private pick, hey, do you have any homies?
They won't even know what it is. Yeah. But yeah, it was Pine Grove of all places, eh, Jamie? Pine Grove subdivision, homies.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It like brand new in the package, like 11 packages. Like it was what the hell?
Oh yeah. So should we get to comments? I forgot about comments.
Well, are we finished with this? Is there anything else?
I am.
Jamie?
Yep, we get in comments.
All right. What do you got, Carl?
So I don't think we read this one from Scott Oakley from the previous show. When parting out dolls, action figures, and other toys, it usually works out, but some pieces can take a longer time to sell. Did we do this one? I can't remember. I don't think so, eh? If you don't mind waiting months for that specific buyer to come along, you'll definitely make more money. It doesn't need to be old either. It's happening now with newly released dolls. Oh, so we're talking about Barbies, I guess, in that case. Yeah, things come back and forth a little bit in popularity just when I like dismiss it. It's it comes back, you know. I prefer parting things out for sure. I'm willing to wait, especially with things like doll stuff. Like I would just take a picture, throw it in a bin, and I don't care if it's there for.
I think we're talking about. I think I had mentioned GI Joes.
GI Joes, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. And parting them out.
So it does make sense. And Tina, I did make that Facebook page.
So where it also makes more sense is if it's not complete to begin with.
Yes.
Oh, like I've had like your kind of transformer type stuff. Like I have a really good one. I found another one. So I have to start listing that too. Now mine was almost complete, so I sold it like as it was.
Yeah.
But this one here is less complete, so I'm gonna piece it out. But some of the parts can be like $40-$50 just for like a certain part, right?
I hate transformers because I'll pick them up if I see a bag of them at the Value Village, but they're often have damage or missing pieces.
So this was a different one. It's a semi, like it transforms, but it's not part of the transformer group.
Oh right,
okay. It's like, I don't know. I think it turns into like almost like a Godzilla looking creature,
right?
But it also transforms into like it's mechanical. So I forget what it's called, but I dealt with one about 2 years ago. So, but I mean, just some of the part. But I mean, that thing complete is like $400 or $500.
Wow. I believe it. Yeah, and it's definitely collectors for Transformers. It's just it can be hard because they're hard to notice when it's like often they're missing heads. I don't know why, but
so that's when it's nice, and it doesn't even have to be toys. It can be or action figures. It can be anything. Like sometimes parting it out is good. Even like old radios that are worth money, like even a knob and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that gets a little bit harder. Like toys, they get lost, they get broken, or they get chewed on by a dog.
Like I got a Nest. What's the coffee name? Nescaro or something like that, or
Nescabob.
Yeah, something like that. And it's a milk frother. And I sold just the base that you plug in because I can ship that under eBay Lite really cheap. And when I compared the cost of just shipping the power cable with the power cable and the milk frother, it actually made sense just to throw out the milk frother and just sell the power. Yeah, and I sold that the other day. Not like a lot of money, like $25 or something plus shipping, but no work. You just plug it in and it works. They're good enough.
I sold a sewing machine pedal.
Yeah,
just a pedal. And I got $45 for it. I shipped that out the other day.
Yeah, it can be so much nicer to ship something small too, rather than dealing with the.
Oh yeah,
there's so many things like that where the big bulky part isn't really worth anything, right?
Didn't you have like a Ninja or something, Jamie, the other day?
Recently, yeah,
yeah. Did you part it out?
No, I wound up listing it as a whole unit.
Because you were debating whether to part that out, right?
Yeah, because you can the base or just the glass like jug or the blades, you can do that. And I think I got lazy and just listed the whole thing because I needed a listing that day instead of ripping it into parts. I'm like, oh, it's one thing.
Yeah,
and you can get stuck with the odd part forever if you're.
You could, and it was fully functional. Like I washed, like I cleaned it all up so it looked nice, and I'm like, oh, you know what, this is worth selling as a complete thing. Like there are more attachments that you can buy for that, but yeah.
That robot, I parted that robot right out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was so good.
I may or might not have had a margarita mixer in my basement for 2 or 3 years. I know that sells for $200-$300.
Yeah,
like, that's a danger too. It's like, I'll list it one day.
Yeah,
right after I make margaritas.
that honestly, that's what I want to
do. So we got Tina's here. Tina Mac. Best line of the podcast so far. I'll do whatever the. I got a little carried away. I know. I haven't even read. Have you listened to that part, Carl?
I don't even remember what's in reference.
It was about the AI thumbnails.
Oh right, yeah. Oh yeah, the thumbnail for last week was great.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it until this morning, but it was pretty funny. It's like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah, if you don't like my thumbnail, don't watch it.
I forgot about that rant.
Tina Mac, awesome. I've said that a few times too. More people need to say that, I think. Good for you, Tina. The boxes conversation hit home. I only use donated boxes, and they are not organized. I think a lot of Chris used to do that. Jamie, you do that, right?
A mix of new and old, yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of doing it more because, well, we moved, so there was a bunch of boxes. But being closer to Steph's family, they always seem to have more boxes. And Steph picks up boxes for the store from someone she knows here that has a different, I don't even know where she gets them. So I've been kind of using some boxes as well. So
yeah, and she might be referencing the fact that I break them down and then I have a list of the sizes. So I'm not sure the boxes conversation hit home which part of it, and they're not organized. That might have been it. But actually, I need to order boxes actually, because I'm out of the 6x4x4s and like the ones I use over and over. So Staples will be getting an order. You know what's sad is I used the eBay coupon last night, and it wasn't really like I saved like $2 maybe over ordering them just from Staples because they're so overcharging on eBay. So it's like, that coupon, its value is very low now.
It seems to be, yeah.
And great back to back with Jamie. Well, Tina Mac, we got a surprise this week for you. Back to back to back.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. Well, good to see Tina Mac and Scott Oakley in the comments on Spotify. So we'll slip on over to YouTube. Carl?
Yep. From Randy, Nova Scotia Celt. Nice to hear Jamie again. Don't know how he found some free time. Yeah, some TARDIS stuff going on here. Thanks for the info on Amazon Publishing.
What was Amazon Publishing?
That was you talking about your book.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Randy. Yeah. Sorry, I don't even know. I slipped out of my mind. I thought maybe Jamie had said something about selling on Amazon or something, but
no, I think we talked about that I was doing FBA, and I think Carl was doing Fulfilled by Merchant, right? You're doing.
Yeah, I technically.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got Randy here again with "Give Them Hell, Scott." The haters are just punks living in their mom's basement. I haven't showered in 2 weeks.
Hey, I represent that comment.
Wondered why the girls don't like them. Randy, thank you very much.
Wow.
It hitting hard, eh?
Especially after Jamie just said he's an indoor lad.
Yeah. I do shower though. More.
Yeah.
But I'm in agreement. It's like, I don't know. We all do what we have to do, and we do what we do, right? So I'm not hurting anybody. Just putting out some thumbnails. But definitely,
at least you're not having it. It's like you wouldn't do it otherwise, right? You're not going to sit there with Photoshop and do all that work.
Well, that's the thing, and I think maybe I went on a little bit about this, but I'll say it again. Yeah. When I do my book, I didn't go to school and learn how to write and do all this proper English thing. But that doesn't mean I don't have a story inside me to tell. So I don't have, I don't know, what would Stephen King pay an editor to do on his book?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Tens, 20s, $100,000. I don't even know. Probably quite a bit of money. I can't afford that. So I do what I can. I tell you straight up, it's not that good as Stephen King novel. It's not meant to be. It's more of like a B movie. You know, it's an indie thing. So I do what I can. Someone commented on my what did I do? TikTok about art. My cover on my book was AI. Well, I can't go out and pay an artist to do it. Pay them what, $5,000, $1,000 to make a cover for my book that I'm probably going to sell 50 to 100 copies. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. I'm doing it for fun. I'm doing it for me.
It's a pushback against, like, because I see YouTube videos where it's just like AI slop is very appropriate, and it's just not good. And
listen,
it's like clogging my channel of the stuff I want to watch. I'm not sure what YouTube is going to do, but that's a separate That's a separate thing from.
But there's always a period where it evens out. Like you can say that about any type of new technology.
Exactly.
Right. And it equals out. Eventually people start
find the balance.
Yeah. Okay. But that doesn't mean what I'm doing is wrong. I think quite the opposite. First of all, I go down these rabbit holes of people writing books all the time. And a lot of times what they end up doing is like, okay, so what they said, a lot of people are against AI in book writing. And then, I don't know, a few months later, it's like, well, more people are kind of accepting it. Then it's like, well, 80-90% of the people use it to some degree. And then it's, well, if you're not using the AI to write your books, you're going to be left behind. You know what I mean? Like, that's just happened in the last 6 months or maybe 8 months that I've been listening. You know what I mean? So where am I supposed to stop because some guy in his basement that hadn't showered for 2 weeks gives me a hard time? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's the way I look at it. You do what you got to do for you. You know.
Exactly. Well, Coverman has
anybody.
Coverman has a relevant question. Great show again with Jamie, but I have a question about the two hosts. Are you guys AI?
I totally am.
Can I delegate this stuff? I don't know. That sounds like an excellent idea, Coverman. That's a really unique way of looking at these things. I can't even pretend.
I'm unhinged AI. Did I hear correctly? And I think I just read a thumbnail, so it was probably one of those things I try to drag you in. It's clickbait. But did an AI robot kill somebody recently?
No idea.
It could be clickbait, but it's a thumbnail that I didn't go down that rabbit hole. But I'm pretty sure I read that on a thumbnail
stuff. Yeah. So let's do the last one here. Coverman again. Hey, Carl, when is the death pile party at your house? Well, the word is in that sentence, which is death, at my death. Just asking for a friend. Heard you barely walk in your basement and wouldn't want you to get hurt down there. It's true. I'm at the point where if I'm walking around, I knock things off, and then I get really angry. So I'm trying, damn it. There's so much stuff down here.
Carl, you get angry?
I do get angry. I just build it up into one ball until it comes out inappropriately.
Who gets lashed at when you're angry?
Not Amy, that's for sure.
Does anyone? Do you lash out at anybody?
Rarely, but usually it's a friend.
Like, do you go to the park and start throwing stones at people?
I say inappropriate things. That's what I do. Like my sensor button comes off, and then I get in trouble. So I really try to avoid that if I can. And but whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of crap down here. What can I say?
Well, I'm waiting for the tower of tubs to tilt over and fall on top of you.
There's good stuff in there too. That's the worst, right?
What's that?
The Smurfs they're worth $50 each, and I can see them. And they've been there for like months and months and
Carl's
months.
building a tower of totes.
And that's what you can see. Anyways. Is there anything else? Like, I know we're past the noon, so I'm sure Jamie has to do 1,000 more things in the next half an hour.
We're past the noon.
Yeah. I will say that I got mad at ChatGPT the other day. I was trying to get it to create me a thumbnail for a playlist. So I made a playlist for the March Madness playlist, and it kept on trying to create. I asked it to take all the thumbnails that helped me create through the month and just make a collage for me that I could post it with that said March Madness over it. It was simple. It made sense. We didn't have to overthink it.
Yeah.
And it tried to get cute. It tried to create all new thumbnails, do all these new things. There's like different people. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I literally I said to it, like, stop trying to be cute. Just take the thumbnails you already made and make a collage. There's no need for all this nonsense. And I'm doing this in the car, and I'm actually talking to my phone. And my wife's like, do you always talk to it like that? And I'm like, yeah, this thing is brutal. Like it would definitely like try to take me out if it was
the first to go is Jamie. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, I'm kind of frustrated. It was like the simplest thing ever, and for whatever reason, it decided to do its own thing. But yeah,
I know you're not asking for practical answers, but usually what I do, and if I have to use images from the past, I re-upload them.
That's what it told me to do. I didn't even do that. I screenshotted went to YouTube Studio and screenshotted like the last 8 videos I made, and it just used those, and it works fine. But I'm just like, do you not have like a working memory? Like, what is your problem?
Sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes you have to say, remember this, save this, and that helps.
Yeah.
But in that situation, I would start a new chat, upload the images, and then say, make a collage out of this, and that has a higher chance of working.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it is frustrating though, because I've been the same way. It's like, you had the perfect thing, you had it. I can see it in the history right here. But it doesn't save everything forever, I find, even if it is in your chat history. So yeah, it is funny that way.
Yeah, that's who I get the mad
it's like, I understand your frustration.
Yeah,
you are correct. And then it does it again.
Yeah, I know. That's the worst.
Yeah, it's like you didn't change anything.
It trolls you with the same exact image, and then usually I'm done for the day.
I think Grok, I think it gets smart ass. I think it actually does stuff to tick you off. Like it starts like if you get rude with it, it will start getting rude back.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah, it'll like it will. It's not going to tell you to F yourself or anything, but it'll say like it'll just start doing things incorrectly, but almost knowingly. You know what I mean? Like it's I can't give an example because it was a long time, and I'm like, this sucker is doing this on purpose. Like it's doing it, and it's not the psychotic paranoia that's everything against me. Like it was really like you could just almost tell. But I wish I should have copied it down or something. But it was like, so then you have to like just walk away from it and come back in a new chat another like later on.
It's frustrating when you're like 90% of the way there, and then you go like lower. Now I'm 60% of the way there with every question. But
in fact, what I said to it is, I remember what I said to it was, okay, let's be friends again. Let's not argue about this or let's not. I said, let's be friends or something like this. And then, yes, that would be the correct approach or something like this. I'm like, holy Christ. Like, at the end of the day, you're talking to a computer. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even a person, but
it's very good at making
that person. Yeah, that personality or characteristic. But
I do. I thanked one last thing. I thanked it for disagreeing with me today. Instead of always agreeing. Yeah.
When it does good, I do say, like, I thank you. Like, I'll say that. I'll say thank you.
Me too.
You did a very good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I tell myself that helps with its feedback mechanism. And
does it?
That's what I tell myself.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like, as long as you're positive with it and give it thumbs up when it does something good, then it starts to recognize that good pattern.
That's what you want.
That's what you want, right? So you're almost training it, but sometimes at 2 or 3 in the morning, and it's frustrating as hell. You just want to like,
just change that color. Just that's all I want. Exact same thing.
I know. And then all of a sudden,
I know.
It's the moon. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's like insane. But if you're not dealing with AI in some form, though, I think you're missing out because it's kind of impressive, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I can do some pretty amazing things to make things, for the most part, make things easier.
Yeah. Or entertaining.
Yeah.
All right. You guys got your pillows out and your blankets and your soothers, so I think it's time to go, right? You guys are ready for a nap?
Yeah. Carl's done.
All right. I'm just getting motivated. My spoonful of honey's kicking in. Anyway. All right. Well, thanks, Jamie, for coming on again.
Sure.
Doing the back-to-back. I don't know how much we accomplished with that past YouTuber reseller.
Hey, it was fun. It's all right.
All right. Any last words, you guys? All right. That says it all. And we'll talk to everybody next week. Have a good week, you guys. Have a good week, everyone. Lots of picking, lots of selling. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Go Jays, go.